Hey everybody, welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A. I am Coach A, and this is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys in gym quality coaching and workouts for at home or garage gym needs. Now, today is Tuesday, November 17th, and we are on day number 247 of our At Home Fitness programming series. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all those good things you guys see in those little buttons below the screen there to help us grow and reach more people. Especially if we end up getting shut down again, everybody's gonna need that help for their at-home fitness work, whether it's garage style, it's getting a little cold here in Cleveland, Ohio, or it's inside in the warmth. Now, today we're looking at one piece, one big chipper actually, which isn't all that common for our at-home workouts because it's a little bit harder to adjust to many different things on the fly. So what we're looking at today is gonna be 50 reps all the way through except the last piece. 50 reps are gonna start with push-ups. They're gonna move on to a ball slam. Next is gonna be a box jump at the normal height. Usually that's gonna be a 24-20, but whatever you guys have been doing your box jumps at for the entirety of 2020, basically. Let's stick with that. 50 total dumbbell plank rows, ideally alternating arms, unless we have to modify that somehow. Stick around, I will demonstrate that for you guys. That's gonna be 25 and 25 each side. 50, again, 25-25, mountain climbers in that plank position, 50 jumping jacks, and then finally the 100 there at the bottom that we talked about is gonna be the vary, and that is a Russian twist with the ball, probably the same ball you guys are gonna use for the slam. Stick around for demos and modifications. All right, guys, like I said, we're looking at a 50 rep chipper today. That 50 rep chipper is going to start with push-ups. So yes, by the way, chipper means you have to chip your way through this, meaning we need to complete the push-ups before we move on to our 50 ball slams, which will be next. By the way, if you guys only have a wall ball like I do, let's focus on putting that ball down with power and explosiveness, even if it slows you down a little bit. So after our 50 completed ball slams, we go into 50 box jumps. This is a slightly lower than it should be for an RX prescribed box height here. Use whatever you guys normally use. I don't want this to be a high one. I don't want this to be a low and super quick one either. So usually that's around 24 inches for the guys, 20 for the ladies. But if you guys adjust that, that's fine as long as it's consistent with what you have been doing. After the box jumps, we're going 50 alternating dumbbell plank row. That's 25 each side, guys. In terms of the weight, let's pick something that we can probably do this in about 3 to 4 sets. So it's not going to take us much more than maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Into our mountain climbers, again, 50 total, 25 each side. Even though I'm moving quickly, I'm trying to get those knees all the way to the elbows. So I'm really making the core work. And finally, we hit 50 jumping jacks here before moving on to our last piece, which will be the 100 total Russian twist. That's going to be 50 each side. So the big issue here is you're going to be breathing really hard when we start this twist, and can we hold it together as we make our way through that? Stay tuned for movement modifications. All right, guys, let's talk mods for today's stuff. So we're going through all 50 reps. If we need to adjust those, we can always adjust those down. That's gonna take you forever and that's gonna beat you up. Obviously, that's probably the first thing we wanna look at. If you can handle the reps, but you have to modify the movements, we're probably looking at stuff that's based off of equipment and need there. So let's go through the order. Push-ups, we can always drop it down to the knees for the push-ups. Put that ab mat 2-3 underneath, shorten the range of motion of our press. Second one, we're into the ball slams. If you guys don't have a ball that you can slam, but you have a pull-up bar, you can always do a hanging knee raise, get that contract, get that closure on the front side of the hips. You can always drop down to your butt, hollow crunch, do that tuck crunch, where you're still gonna close the front side of the hips. Third movement, moving on the box jumps. We can always grab a step or a box and do our step ups if we need to do that. If you guys want to jump, but you don't have the box to jump on, it can be a broad jump. It can be a jump in place. If you guys have something that you can touch, it can be a dip. Jump and try and touch that. Just be careful on your landing. You're probably coming down a lot further than you would be off the box, or at least more aggressively.
fourth movement is going to be, plank rows. So with the plank rows, if you guys have anything you can row that works, if you have rings, if you have a TRX you can hang back from a pole, that works. I don't want you guys going necessarily with a full-on pull-up. That's probably gonna be a little too aggressive for this, and you're also gonna see pull-ups later in the week. We can always do that side plank banded row if you guys, especially if you didn't do that yesterday. If you did do that yesterday and you have another option how to vary that up, I'd rather see you do something a little bit different. Instead of the mountain climbers, do we really need to modify the mountain climbers? If we're looking at that, maybe a bicycle crunch on your back in terms of something that's still gonna be core work. Jumping jacks should be a jumping jack. I mean, I guess if you guys want to turn it double unders, you're not gonna be doing doubles later in the week, that's fine. Feel free to do that. And then finally, the Russian twist. Let's try and get some rotation. If you guys have a problem with the twist, but you can do the rotational throw at the wall, maybe try those. Or if the weight's just an issue, just get rid of the weight, guys. Get rid of the weight, maybe hold something really light and get that rotational core work going back and forth so we are hitting that plane. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to comment below and I will do my best to answer them for you in as fast as possible so you can get your workout.